Okay, let's see if we can get some of this out and take a look. It's going to be a challenge. Come on, baby. I'm loving the look of that. Beautiful. So to make a lasagna, you need 3 ingredients. You need a meat sauce, a white sauce or bechamel sauce, and you're going to need some lasagna. Let's start off by making the meat sauce. So let's take a look at the ingredients we're going to use for our meat sauce. I've got some ground or minced beef there. It's like half a kg, 500 grams of that. 1 can of plum tomatoes, which I've roughly chopped. 1 large onion, I'm using a red one, cut fairly small. Tomato paste is like 135 grams of that. 1 tablespoon of chopped garlic and 2 teaspoons of a dried oregano. We're going to start this off with a touch of olive oil and add some salt and pepper. This is really quite easy. So we're going to need some sort of pan. I've got this one, as you can see here. I've got some olive oil in there. We're going to start off by dropping in our onion. And we're on a medium heat right now. And that garlic. A nice amount of garlic. And let's just go now for 2 to 3 minutes, keeping this moving. So as you can see, the onions have changed colour, are not on their way. Now we're going to introduce the minced or ground beef. You just need to work this in, break it down, and we're going to cook this, staying on this medium heat for 4 to 5 minutes. So as you can see now, the meat is starting to cook, and we're going to add now some seasoning, some black pepper, some salt, and our dried oregano, or oregano, as many of you call that. You could be using a different dried herb if you wanted, basil, or one of those kind of Italian mixed herbs. Okay, very simply, we're now going to add the can of tomatoes. That's 1 can there. The tomato paste, which I think is 135 grams. You know, one of those small little Tetra Pak things. And very simply, what we're going to do now is lower this to just above a simmer. I'm going to stick a lid on this, and we're going to let this go for about another 7 to 8 minutes. Give it a stir every now and then. Okay, and off goes the heat. Let's just take a look at this. I'll let some steam out for you. And there you go. You've got a really simple, easy meat sauce there. Okay, so let's make a basic white sauce. What I've got here is plain flour. There's 3 tablespoons there. Butter. You can use salted or unsalted. There's about 40 grams there. There's milk. 1 pint of milk. I'm using a full fat milk. And then a tiny pinch of salt, pepper, and ground nutmeg. Very simple. We're kind of going to eyeball this a little bit. So we might not use all the milk or all the flour, we'll see, but I'll show you at the next process. Okay, so as you can see, I've got a very small little pan here, and we're going to drop in that 40 grams of butter, and we're going to gently, on a low heat, melt that down. Okay, so that butter's melted, and keep everything quite low. We want everything low here. We're going to start to add the flour now. So let's get 1, 2, 3 tablespoons in. And then what we're going to do now is what they call making a roux. So you need to be here constantly now, stirring away. Now what we need to do is we need that flour to cook so it kind of has a kind of biscuit, like a digestive biscuit, kind of shortbread taste to it. If you don't do it until it gets to that point, you're going to end up with a really kind of floury taste. It will taste like raw flour, and that's not what we want. It will actually change colour slightly. So I'm going to keep moving this around. Like I say, low heat, keep it moving. I'm going to go for about another 3 to 4 minutes. But yeah, there's a lot of elbow grease in this one, i.e. a lot of stirring. Don't take your eye off the ball. So as you can see, that's changed colour just slightly, got a little bit darker. Now so far, we have used the ingredients that I said, 40 grams of butter and 3 tablespoons of the plain flour. Now what we're going to do is we're going to start to add the milk. And we've got 1 pint here, so let's get in about a quarter of that. And then start working it. Now what's going to happen is the flour, with the heat for it, and the milk are going to thicken. Sometimes it thickens like instantly, like a massive ball. See that? Can you see that happening right there? Look, there you go, there's your ball. Okay, so now here we go again. There's another quarter. Let's work that in on this low heat. Basically what we're looking for is a nice consistency, or the consistency that you want. Some people like it fairly thin, others fairly thick. So let's just keep working this. I'll be back again in about 1 to 2 minutes, and we're going to repeat the process until we feel satisfied with the consistency. This is still too thick. Really super thick. So I'm now going to go in, not with a quarter, but the whole other half. I feel fairly confident it's going to work. While I'm here, I'm going to add a little touch of salt and pepper. And be careful with salt. If you've used a salty butter or salted butter, you might want to add a little bit less of the salt here. And nutmeg, some ground nutmeg, you know, a little pinch or two. And again, here we go, low heat. I'm going to be mixing away, and hopefully that's going to be the right amount and right consistency. I'll be back in about 3 to 4 minutes. Keep this moving. Don't go away and do anything else. This is what you need to concentrate on. Okay, off goes the heat. And that is lovely. That's a nice consistency for me. So yeah, 3 tablespoons flour, 1 pint of milk, and 40 grams of butter. That worked out okay. And it's lovely and smooth. That's the consistency I like. Let's move on. Okay, so now we've completed our white sauce. We've got our meat sauce that we made earlier, and I just want to talk to you about the actual lasagna sheets. I love these. These are oven ready lasagna sheets, meaning you don't have to boil them and hang them around and do that. They go in hard. You just lay them in and they cook while they're in the oven. I really do recommend these. I think they're fantastic. Let's get this baby together now. Okay, so we're going to get this together now. So you're going to need a metal, a glass, or a ceramic oven-proof dish. As you can see, I'm using glass. And you can see I've got a little layer of the meat sauce in there. Then what we're going to do is we're going to get in our lasagna, those sheets. And I've just kind of measured them out and just broke off a little end there, you see. Okay, now we're going to go again little bit meat sauce. You don't have to put a lot on. Just roughly spread that out. Then we're going to go white sauce. And then what I like to do is, I've got some finely grated Parmesan here. I like to stick a little bit of that on each layer. So we're going to start that again, the process, and we're going to layer it up until we end up with white sauce on the top. Let me do that. Okay, so as you saw, the layers went in, and I ended that with, you know, quite a bit of the white sauce on the top, and then you saw me put some cheese on. You could use a grated cheddar cheese or mozzarella more traditional, and then I added just a little bit of oregano on the top. So we're ready for the oven. Now, oven, get it nice and hot. You want it, you know, you can put it on maximum, quite frankly. Everything is there. We just need to cook that pasta inside. So that's going to go in my oven, maximum heat. That's going to go in for about 15 to 20 minutes. You know what we're looking for, that nice golden brown on the top. I'll see you when it comes out. Okay, and there you go. You've got yourself a nice little lasagna there. That was in my oven actually for about 18 minutes. And if you're going to be using that pre-cooked or the no-cook lasagna sheets, check on the packet, because they're all different, whichever brand you use. Hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and also please do take time to click that bell icon just below. We will see you soon. Lasagna love.